Hello and welcome back. Okay, are we ready to start? Let's start. Okay, number one, le gusta a mi amigo correr riesgos. My friend likes to take risks. He's a risk taker. Yes, he's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He owns 3 small companies and all of them are successful. But he works very hard. He works de sol a sol, como dice aquí. He works from morning to night, probably 10, 11, sometimes 12 hours a day. Quite often he takes Saturday morning to work. And he has 3 companies. He's doing very well. He likes to take risks, but calculated risks. Business people take risks. When they start a company, they run the risk of losing their shirt. You say in Spanish, perder hasta la camisa. En inglés decimos perder la camisa. To lose your shirt means to lose your money, to fail, not to succeed. Success is el éxito. Failure, el fracaso. Tener éxito is to succeed. If you succeed, then you are considered successful. If you fail, you're considered by others, or terceros, by third parties, you're considered a failure. Now, if you fail, sometimes you can learn from your failure and succeed the next time. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be a success. Quiero ser un éxito. Quiero ser exitoso, así lo decimos en inglés. I want to be successful. I want to be a success. I want to succeed. Succeed. Okay? To succeed. And if you don't succeed, you fail. But 90% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years. 90% of all new businesses fail in the first 5 years. This statistic is from 20 years ago. Now I don't know. Really, 20 years ago, I read the first chapter of a book about entrepreneurism. Ser emprendedor o empresario. I read the first chapter, and on the first page of the first chapter, it said 94%, not 90, 94% of all businesses, new businesses in the United States, in Spain, no, fail in the first 5 years. Only 6% of new business initiatives succeed. The rest fail. Only 6% succeed. The rest fail. And then the author listed the reasons for failure of those 94% that failed. And the first reason was incompetence of the business owner. And that was 51% of all of the reasons for failure, which means if you want to start a new business, make sure you're a competent person. Do some self-analysis, un poco de autoanálisis. Sincero, okay? Sincere auto-analysis, self-analysis. Think about yourself, or ask other people about yourself. You say, Pepe, am I, in your opinion, a competent person or a relatively incompetent person? And try to get your friends to tell you the truth. Or try to know yourself. Hasta Shakespeare lo decía, know thyself. Conoce a ti mismo. Usaba el antiguo inglés, la forma de tú, porque el tuteo se ha perdido en inglés. You, en inglés, significa usted, no significa tú. You. You are es ustedes. Thou art es tú eres. Y en el Padre Nuestro, en la Biblia, etc., todavía, thou art, the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Es el tuteo, es precioso en inglés. But we've lost it. But Shakespeare retains it, the Bible retains it, and Shakespeare says, know thyself. Conoce a ti mismo. And that's the first step to wisdom. Primer paso para la sabiduría is to know thyself. That requires serious and honest self-analysis. Think about yourself. Some people are incapable, okay, of thinking about themselves. They're too self-centered, egocentric. They're too self-centered and they can't. But if you want to start your own business, if you want to invest money, or your parents' money, or your friends' money, or the bank's money, or investors' money, you need to think seriously about the probability of success. You need to think seriously about the likelihood of success. Your product, the market, proper financing, good staffing. Staffing is people, el personal. To staff your company means to dotar la empresa de los recursos humanos adecuados. Good staffing. But especially, and more important probably, than the product, the market, the financing, and the staffing is you. You, as a businessman, businesswoman, entrepreneur, initiator, creator, and promoter, and impulsor, okay? You need to think about that, about yourself. And that requires self-analysis. Okay, self-analysis. Dice que a mi amigo le gusta correr riesgos. My friend likes to take risks. But his risks, in my opinion, are not risks because he knows his capabilities. He knows his limitations. He knows his degree of professionalism, grado de profesionalidad, degree of professionalism. And so when he takes risks, they are calculated risks, and he knows that he could fail, but he knows that the probability of success outweighs the probability of failure, or the possibility. Prefiero otra palabra. He knows, él sabe que la probabilidad del éxito, se dice en inglés, sobrepesa, así se dice en inglés. He knows that the probability of success outweighs the possibility of failure. De hecho, he never uses the word failure. He never uses the word failure. He never uses the verb to fail. When he speaks to the banks, to his employees, to his shareholders, to the general public, he never mentions a negative word. And I recommend to you, if you talk about something that's important to you, never mention any negative element. He always talks about success, markets, achievements, accomplishments. He never says the possibility of failure. For example, if I want to convince you to invest with me in a business, I can say, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here to speak to you about a very interesting investment project. We are going to create a new business that will bring dividends and will bring profits to you, to myself, and to all the other parties involved. Now, in this business, the probabilities of success are much greater than the probability of failure. Ya he cometido un error. I have already made a mistake. I have mentioned the word failure. And in the minds of the people listening, interested in giving me money for this business project, they're hearing the word failure, failure, failure. I can say the word success, éxito, 100 times. If I say the word failure once, anula todo lo demás. Okay? Imagine you come with me to a wonderful restaurant, mejor restaurante de carne vacuno del país. And we're eating, wow, this is a good steak. Este filete sí que es, esto sí que es carne. And I say to you, por cierto, by the way, you know, ya sabes, you know that that's a piece of dead cow. Ya sabe usted que es un trozo de vaca muerta. Immediately, the best restaurant in Spain for steaks is not the best anymore because you're reminding me that I'm eating a piece of dead cow. Never introduce negative elements into a positive situation. Never. Especially when you speak to the public. Never. And you notice that sometimes with politicians now. Certain politicians, the sky can be falling and the politician is saying esoteric, beautiful, colorful things. You say, pero el cielo está cayendo, the sky is falling, but the future holds, etc. But really, the politician is right. Okay? Usually, okay? Sometimes leadership requires admitting the negative, but not in business. In business, you need to be very positive. Success. Think success, and you will succeed. Visualize successful scenarios. Visualicen ustedes escenarios de éxito y esos escenarios se darán lugar. Yes, it's strange. Mind over matter. La mente sí vence la materia. If you think hard and work hard at the same time. A mi amigo, yes, he likes to run risks. He likes to take risks. Y él está por delante de la competencia. He's ahead of the competition. Y nosotros estamos por delante de la competencia. Ahead, ahead, ahead. Una sola palabra, ahead. Ahead of, ya son dos palabras. Por delante de, ahead of. Estamos por delante de la competencia. We're ahead of the competition. Competition, we're ahead. We're not behind. We're ahead. Okay? It's important to be ahead of the competition. And if the competition is catching up, you need to run even faster. If you're in a race, if you're running the 800 meters, for example, and the official says, on your marks, get set, boom. And he shoots the gun, and boom, you start running, okay? And if at the beginning you're behind and not ahead, in the 800 meters, it's not necessarily a problem yet because the 800 meters is a tactical race, okay? But if you're behind your competitors, you know very clearly that you need to catch up and pass them. Alcanzarles y adelantarles. You need to catch up and pass them if you're behind. If you're ahead at the beginning, you need to stay ahead. You need to stay ahead and don't let anybody catch up with you and pass you. Because when you're running, I know, I have experience in track and field. When you're running, if somebody passes you, psychologically, it's a delicate moment when somebody passes you, because racing in track and field, el atletismo, is 80% psychological and 20% physical. And if somebody passes you, you can't let it get you down. Tumbarte psicológicamente. You can't let it get you down because you need to stay ahead. Not to fall behind, to stay ahead, because you have to win the race. The people who finish second place in the Olympics, nobody remembers them. How many people do you remember from the Summer or Winter Olympics who have finished in second place? How many people do you remember? You never remember anybody. The second place in the World Cup, Copa del Mundo de Fútbol, how many second place? Perhaps more. Italy was second place in Mexico in 1970 after Brazil. Argentina was behind Germany in 1996. Okay, I'm forgetting my years. But you have to win. You have to win. And winning means staying ahead. Siempre estamos jugando con ahead and behind. Cuando es físicamente, alguien está sentado detrás de mí, the person is sitting behind me. Si la persona está sentado delante de mí, it's in front of me. If I'm sitting in a classroom with rows of desks, filas de pupitres, rows of desks, there's a strange girl sitting behind me and a strange guy, tipo extraño, sitting in front of me. Porque somos o estamos inmóviles. Pero si estamos corriendo una carrera, behind sigue en vigor esa expresión, pero el chico delante en una carrera no es in front of me, he's ahead of me. And he's beating me. Me está derrotando, me está ganando. And so I need to run faster in order to catch up. And I need to continue running, because if I don't continue running, I'll catch up and simply keep up with him. But I need to move ahead and to pass him, and then to stay ahead in the race in order to win. And to cross the finish line, cruzar la meta, to cross the finish line. Meta tiene tres palabras en inglés o tres expresiones. Meta como un objetivo. Mis metas en la vida, my goals. Como goal, pero se escribe goal. My goals in life, my objectives in life. That's one meaning of meta. Okay, the second meaning of meta is the finish line. Okay, the finish line, cruzar la meta. Normally I put a tape, una cinta, and when you're running, if you're ahead and not behind, if you're ahead, you know, you can see it when you're approaching the finish line, and you see you're going to break the tape. We say romper la cinta in first place. It's a nice feeling to push out your chest, extend your chest, and to break through the finish line, and to break the tape. And that's to cross the finish line. And the objective in your English is to cross the finish line in first place, not to fall behind. Don't fall behind. Stay ahead. Don't fall behind. Stay ahead. Okay. Yes. And the third for meta is la portería. En la meta. The goal. Yes, the goalkeeper, el portero, el guardameta, the goalkeeper, protects the goal. Yes, protects the goal. There's a movement among some experts in football to expand the goal. Half a meter one way, half a meter the other, and half a meter up. To open the game for more scoring. Because nowadays, hoy en día, escuchad cómo lo digo, nowadays, no digo nowadays. Cuando lo ves escrito parece tres sílabas, pero al hablar lo decimos en dos. Nowadays. Nowadays, goalkeepers and defensemen are taller, stronger, and faster than 60 years ago or 80 years ago. So the goal, according to some people, should be increased. What do you think? What do you think? Other people think offside should be eliminated to open the game. What do you think? ¿Qué opina usted? What do you think? What do you think? All right. Estamos por delante de la competencia. We're ahead of the competition. We're not behind. We're ahead of the competition. Sí, pero las cosas se nos están yendo más allá de nuestro control. But things are getting out of hand. Things are beyond our control. Las cosas han ido más allá de mi control. Things have gone beyond my control. Beyond. Más allá de esa línea no sé quién vive. Beyond that border, beyond that line, don't ask me what you will find. I have never crossed that line. I don't know what is beyond that line. Okay. I have never committed a crime. That's a line, an ethical line I have never crossed. I don't know what is beyond that line. ¿Crees en el más allá? Do you believe in the beyond? B-E-Y-O-N-D. Beyond is más allá. El más allá en este caso. The beyond. Y más allá de es beyond. Sin of después. Beyond. It's beyond me. No me lo explico. No lo entiendo. Literalmente es más allá de mi comprensión. It's beyond me. Juanita married Pepito? Really? I can't believe it. It's beyond me. Beyond. Se usa mucho. It's beyond me. Okay. Y más allá de mi control. O sea, se me ha ido las manos. I've lost control of the situation on this TV show. It's beyond my control. I can't control it anymore. There's pandemonium in this television studio. It's a mess. I don't know what to do to get it under control again, to get it under control. And it's beyond my control. It's beyond my control. Okay, a propósito, ¿ha venido Paco hoy? By the way, has Paco come today? By the way, por cierto, el otro día estuve hablando con él. By the way, just the other day I was talking to him. By the way. Okay, a propósito, por cierto. By the way, ¿ha venido Paco hoy? Has Paco come today? Lo haré. I'll do it. Don't worry. I told you I was going to do it. Y lo haré. I'll do it. Lo haré a primera hora de la mañana. A primera hora de la mañana. I'll do it first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. Don't worry. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. Primera cosa en la mañana. Primera cosa en la mañana. First thing in the morning. La primera hora de la mañana. We say in English, la primera cosa. First thing in the morning, I'll do it. Tomorrow morning, I'll come to this studio and I will re-record the previous program. There were 2 mistakes in the previous program. And so we have decided here to re-record it, regrabarlo todo, to start from scratch, to go back, to erase everything, borrar todo, and to start, partir de cero, to start from scratch. Como rascar. I'm scratching my shoulder. I'm scratching my elbow to scratch. I'm scratching my forearm, mi antebrazo. I'm scratching my upper arm. I'm scratching my head. Okay. So, to start from scratch is partir de cero. So we need to go back and start from scratch. Y lo haré todo a primera de la mañana. I'll do it tomorrow. First thing. La T de first, la letra T no suena. La S sí suena y luego entramos en la TH de thing. First thing in the morning. Okay. Si es necesario, if it's necessary. Si es necesario, puedo traer a Juan para echarte una mano. If necessary, I'll bring John to give you a hand. If necessary, I'll bring John to give you a hand, para darte una mano. En inglés, la mano se da, no se echa. En español, te echo una mano. Es como coger mi mano y te lo echo. Toma, mi mano. All right? To give you a hand. En inglés, dar. Y si es necesario, traeré a Juan para echarte una mano. If necessary, I'll bring John to give you a hand, okay? To give you a hand, but I'm here. Ahora estoy aquí para echarte una mano con tu inglés. Now I'm here to give you a hand with your English. And tomorrow, I'll come back to give you a hand with your English. But in the meantime, try to find a moment to study. Do it for me if possible. Okay, thank you.